Good day to everybody and welcome to another episode of Muzz and the Chefs. How the hell did we end up here? Podcast number 8. 8 long weeks of insanity.
Nobody said it would last.
Nobody said anything at all.
No, they haven't.
All right. So, first up, like every week, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give us a like there and throw in a comment as well. And if you don't subscribe, Gavin's going to come around and rape your cat.
Fair dog.
So...
It's a better style. Do you know how scratchy the cats get? Like, they're really difficult to catch and hold. Thanks for setting me up, though. That's lovely.
Right. That's what I'm here for. That's what we like doing. Yeah. So I'm swinging on my chair now. Look at this. It's
I know, because you've got nothing to squeak with.
Yeah.
All right, so Murray didn't do any fact-checking.
Nope, didn't have time.
So the chef that made Gordon Ramsay cry was Marco Pierre White.
No idea who that is.
That's okay. He's a very famous chef. He's brilliant. The guy that was in the SBS thing was Ian Parmento.
Okay.
He was the guy in between that made toast and drank wine.
Oh yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
that's
time.
right. That's right.
And he actually came out and said that he wanted to. He wasn't a foodie. He was a writer, and he wanted to make a play school type styled show for food, so people could do it really easily.
Oh, okay, like dumb it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So we're going to talk about the weird stuff.
Okay, so there's a little bit of going on with the show as well. A number of things, you've got them in your head, I hope, because I can't think of them right now. A number of
religion one.
Synchronicities,
Yes.
Or I don't know what you call them. Simply coincidences have happened. So this is our superpower. If this show has a superpower, this is it. This is our superpower.
We mentioned Anne Hamilton Burns in the religion episode.
And she was from the family cult?
She was the head of the family cult.
Yeah.
And she died the next day.
The next day, was
the
it?
next day.
The next day, okay.
We spoke about MasterChef last week.
And it got cancelled at the time we were recording. We had no idea. This is our story, because we either record on the Monday or the Tuesday. And that, I think that happened.
We finished and I got in the car and went, what the...
So that must have happened as we were talking about it last week.
And Australia's first ever celebrity chef, Margaret Fulton, died the next day as well.
Oh, wow. We've got to stop this stuff. But strangely enough, I mention Donald Trump every week, but he's not dead yet.
Boris Johnson, Boris Johnson.
I like Boris. I think everyone's too harsh. At least he's an intelligent man.
He looks like a testicle that was left out in the sun too long.
Like. It depends what Prime Minister is going to be.
No,
anyway.
He's not. He's eaten, educated, and he's a twat. He's just privileged. He sounds...
We're not even talking about this, so we're already off.
Yeah. He sounds intelligent because he's well-educated. But he's a well-educated...
Isn't that what happens?
Yeah, but he's a right-wing...
He's right. He's conservative, of course.
He's a ponce.
Okay.
You'd beat him up at school. You would have beat him up at school.
He probably got beat up at school.
Well,
uses a toast rack or something.
Yeah.
All right, so
this
week... we haven't started and we're rabbiting on, as per usual, arguing. So this week is Gavin's topic, chef's topic, and I have no idea, as usual, what it's going to be. So what is it?
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw you a bone.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to throw you a bone.
All right.
We're going to talk cryptozoology.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
So we're going to talk about things that don't exist.
Everything.
Pretty much, but the guts of it is the shows.
Oh, the shows.
The shows. So you've got Not Finding Bigfoot.
Exactly. That's what it should be called. And what a great name that guy's got.
Yeah. Moneymaker. That one, my favourite. My absolute favourite cryptozoology show.
Hunting Mountain
Monsters. So, Murray.
Yes.
Do cryptodes.
Cryptodes? What's a cryptode?
Do mythical creatures exist?
Is that a cryptic toad?
Oh, shut up and answer the question. Do they exist?
We've had this discussion a million times. I don't know.
But you believe they do?
No, because seeing is believing, in my case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? So you're a non-believer?
I guess, yeah. I guess the
Oh, that's
hang
just
on. Wait, back up.
show.
Before we get this far into this topic, people who aren't in the know need to know what cryptozoology is.
Cryptozoology is?
It's the study or search for mythic animals.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that would include things like the Yeti, Abominable Snowman, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and the Australian version, the Yowie. Loch Ness. We've got Nessie up here on top of the Bowron.
Another Another weird thing you did.
There's plenty.
There's another weird thing you did. You put it up there today.
I did. No, last week.
Yeah, and then I brought this up today.
I did too. Actually, well, there's two.
The gun control one as well. Remember
There's
the gun
two.
control?
There's
And
actually
you had the you had the book out.
Oh
about
yes, that's
Port
right.
Arthur.
That's right. The Port Arthur book. Right before the gun control episode. Yeah, I said, and I picked up this book that I got. Actually, I didn't get it from Port Arthur, but it's about Port Arthur, about the Isle of the Dead, and apparently that's where he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Initially, that was his plan, but he literally missed the boat to get over there. But anyway, yeah. So this week too, if you can spot the thylacine, you get a date with Chef. Don't point to it. Jesus Christ, fair dinkum. Yeah. So thylacine is another one. Actually, I got my little cryptids over here. So I got Black Panther, you got thylacine, you got those ones are real.
What? Thylacines are not real.
They are real.
They're not. They're all dead.
Well, they're dead, but they were real.
No one can hear you, and no one can see you.
What was I going to do?
So he's gone to get
This guy.
a yowie.
Bigfoot.
Yowie, Bigfoot. What's the difference?
Well, some would argue there is no difference at all.
Okay.
But
because I was thinking.
Oh God, there's a terrible thought.
I know. That's a great way to start a sentence. If I was a business owner.
Yep.
Or part of that community where's the main part where they see Bigfoot?
In Australia or
either. It
in the world.
Doesn't matter.
The biggest sightings in the US of Bigfoot, I believe, are in the Pacific Northwest and also in Canada as well.
That's Seattle type way.
Yeah.
Oregon.
That.
Well, if I owned a business, I would say, yep, I saw him yesterday. I saw him the day before. He was just crossing the road down there to get people to come in. Personally, I think the whole lot is fabricated. I think the whole lot is fabricated.
I don't think it is.
It has to be.
I tend to focus on Australian cases. I'm more interested in Australian mysteries than I am in international mysteries. So I'm more interested in things like the Yowie in Australia, thylacine sightings in Australia, Black Panther sightings in Australia. That type of thing.
Let's start with the Black Panther.
Okay, let's start. Because we did, if you look at one of our other channels, we've got another channel called Bush Monsters where we did one whole episode. Hence why this is so much easier, because we rock up to my studio once a week and just talk shit.
Yeah.
And then we can get a lot more done, which I think that episode took 6 months to do.
Yes.
But if you're interested, go and check it out. It was okay.
Bush Monsters, it's
Bush
called.
Monsters channel. So just type it into
Black Panther.
search.
I 100% believe it does not exist.
Well, it exists, but it doesn't exist in the Australian bush.
No, at all. Never. Never has. Never will. Ever.
I'm probably more likely to agree with you on that point at this stage. From the investigations that we've done, the study, not the study, but the talk that I did for the crypto conference about 2 years ago, there is very flimsy evidence that it could exist, in my opinion.
Well, because it's a genetic throwback, isn't it? The blackness.
It depends.
Even if two Black Panthers mate, it's not guaranteed that the offspring will be black. Is this correct?
No, there's two. I can't remember exactly, but only people think that pumas and all sorts of animals, big cats, can become melanistic, which is black, the black color. So that's not true. There's only two species that can, and one is and subspecies as well. But so you got the jaguar, and a leopard. They're the only two ones that actually can get black. Right. And I can't remember in either.
Can't a puma be black?
No, there's no such thing as a black puma. Never been recorded ever.
Really?
That's not true. No such as a black thing. Such thing as a black puma. So they're the only two species by science, and actually that can be a black panther. People think black panther is a species of its own, and it's not. It's just, I think one's got a dominant allele, and one's got a recessive allele.
You've got to explain what that is.
Well, it's a gene.
Just to these people,
Yeah,
not
it's a
just
gene.
me.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but it's a variant form of a gene.
It's like the XY chromosome type of thing.
No, because they're chromosomes. Not a gene. Two different things. So, so realistically, there can only be two animals that can give you a black panther. That is a jaguar or a leopard.
And they both have to be black. Both parents?
No, I can't remember exactly what it is. I think in leopards, two black parents, you're more likely to get. I could be wrong. This is a fact check for next week again, but
be nice if you did that next week.
I think two black leopards are more likely to have a black cub, but I'm not sure.
So
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Besides the fact that every now and again they get a black one, Where's the sighting of all the other ones?
Well, exactly. And I think in the case of a jaguar, I think they're more likely. Actually, maybe the other way around. Maybe you're more likely to see no. I think you're a lot more likely to see a leopard and less likely to see a jaguar.
That's black.
That's black. Yeah,
Right.
because of the way that the genes work, I think. But
we did this whole investigation.
yeah.
And what did we find? Dog prints?
We found some dog prints and stuff. I mean, the guy that we spoke to was very convinced that he saw one. But people,
was
as
the lady.
Huh?
So was the lady.
Oh, so was Kim as well. But no, I think people, and I'm not taking anything away from those witnesses, but I just think that people are pretty bad observers, and this has been proven.
But the other thing is, you'd be pretty freaked out. You'd be
If you saw
if you thought it was that. If you looked and went, "What the fuck is that?" and thought it was a panther, it would click in your head. Oh my god, it's the Black Panther, and that's it. No one could sway you.
Well, if you saw one, excuse me, I think personally the majority of things that people see and all the evidence that's ever put into the media or any videos you see online is always, or a lot of the photographs, you just put in, into Google or something like, Black Panthers in Australia. It very rarely comes up with a convincing picture. Like it's always like a really big feral cat.
But that's not just the panther. Bigfoot's the same. There's that footage of the young Bigfoot swinging around in the trees. I can't remember where it's from.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks decidedly like a monkey to me.
It does look like a monkey or an ape or a chimp or something.
But there's that footage of the guy just walking through the field in the suit. Like how
you're talking about the Patterson Gimlin.
I don't know which one it is.
Footage. Yeah,
but it's all made up.
Yeah.
Does none of them exist?
Well, see, I'm not sure about the Yowie. And the reason I'm not sure about the Yowie is because if you, a good friend of mine, Dean Harrison, who runs Australian Yowie Research, collects audio interviews with...
Stories.
Well, interviews with people.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing is...
It's never them going to the pub. It's always them on the way home.
Actually, most people haven't been to the pub. That's the interesting thing. All their descriptions are very, very similar to each other, very similar circumstances.
That's it, but that's the same thing people who say they see aliens, because you're programmed to think it's this one thing.
Aliens is an interesting topic.
But
the Greys only became a thing in what, the 80s, 90s?
What, probing?
Greys.
Oh,
They got grey. And the probing probably as well.
But you see, that changed from the Nordics. Before they were Greys, they were these big, tall Nordic types.
Yeah, Nordics, you had reptilians, you had, you had lots of different ones.
But now the TV and especially the X-Files put it in your head that this is what aliens look like.
Yeah, it's become popular culture. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. The reports that I've read and the reports that I've listened to, they're very consistent.
We're back to Yowies now, not aliens.
Yeah, back to Yowies, because aren't we talking about cryptozoology?
Well, so aliens could probably fit in that.
Are they animals?
Well,
zoology,
aren't we
meaning
animals?
study of animals.
Aren't we animals?
Yeah, but that's not what I wouldn't consider that.
It's a stretch.
Ufology or alienology, I'd call that. I don't know.
Alienology,
maybe. I don't know. Extraterrestrial research. I don't know.
Analology. It sounds like a porn site.
That's a scary one.
Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, but I just think that just the reports and things that I've heard and listened to, and I've listened to them over hundreds and hundreds of times, listened to these reports, and they're very, very consistent. There's just, I think there's too much consistency within the reports that are so similar to each other. And some of the people, you really need to listen to some of this, and I don't believe it.
I've listened to a few of them.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they don't have an interest in it. Like, they're not out looking for it. Some people are just driving through the Blue Mountains, or they're just driving out the back of the Pilligo Scrub or something like that. They're not looking for this, and this thing just walks out in front of them, across the road.
How come nobody's ever got a camera? How come nobody's ever got a camera?
I mean, and the evidence is incredibly flimsy. I mean, I agree with that, but... So this is what leads some researchers to get into the paranormal side of Yowie /Bigfoot research, okay. and then they start saying that they're interdimensional and this and that because they can't be found. Other people say that that you won't find a body.
They're an interdimensional creature.
Actually, I had a very long conversation with a guy many years ago on the phone who told me that exact thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where to begin with that. I just don't. It doesn't exist, and it doesn't exist in another world as well. I think it's bollocks.
I'm not willing to go
I'm
that far.
dismissing every single eyewitness that's ever come forward.
But a lot of these people come forward, and they've got nothing to gain from what they say. They've only got something to lose.
No variety.
No. But most of the people, no.
But there's people within the community that...
In the research community...
How do you call it research? You can't research something that doesn't exist. Now, hold on. I've got an issue with that point, research, because have you ever dissected one? Have you ever studied one? Has one ever been studied in the wild? Have they ever had one in captivity? No. There's been no research whatsoever. So don't use that word.
No, I agree with you.
Don't use that word. You can't say research because there's none.
Well, people who go looking for these things.
Yes.
I don't know what else you'd call it. I call it research. But I'm totally lost my point.
Hunt. They're hunting for these creatures.
Well, they're looking for them. Hunting's a bit of a...
What's the difference?
Well, you're not going to kill it, are you?
You can shoot with a camera.
Yeah, but you don't shoot it to kill it, do you? You hunt something to kill it. No. That's... No.
Right.
You're not going to convince me of that.
It's a Bigfoot safari.
And most people who have actually seen one, and a lot of people who have had rifles in their hand when they've seen one, won't take a shot. Because it looks like a person. I'm not going to shoot a person. And it looks very similar to a person. A big, tall, hairy person.
What? You saying
people have...
You saying I can't go out in the bush, I'll be shot?
I wouldn't go out there if I were you. But I think there's one report there where someone did fire his gun at it, but he either missed or it just absorbed it or whatever. I don't know.
So it's interdimensional, so it can absorb bullets now.
Well,
what?
I remember reading a story about some bikies got shot up the valley many years ago. Shot him back 5 times. He didn't die.
Yeah, but there would have been a blood trail. He would have been taken to hospital.
I just don't think...
Is there a secret Yowie community that once one gets shot, they take it to the vet, and this vet's sworn to secrecy? It's like the mob. It's like the mob of cryptozoology. Is that what's going on? It's like a whole hoax. It's like the moon landing all over again.
Oh, God. No, I don't know. I believe the majority of the reports that people say...
Don't say the phrase. Don't say the phrase.
I believe in the possibility. I believe in the possibility. Because I think it is possible that they could exist. Whether I don't know if they do or not. But...
They don't.
You don't know that.
I do.
You don't.
Of course I do.
No, you don't.
I'm telling you, I know that.
Mm-mm. You don't know.
How can you say... How do you know?
Have you seen a tiger?
Have I seen a tiger? Yes.
Yeah. Where?
Thailand.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of something you haven't seen.
I've been on an elephant.
Have you seen a wombat?
A wombat, yes. I hit one in...
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Lovedale Road. Made a mess of my car.
Oh, yeah, they do. They're buggers.
They're very real.
Very fleshy. Big, yeah.
Come on, hit me with another creature.
Another creature?
I've been to zoos.
What you got? Loch Ness, Nessie...
No. I'm talking about ones that you're going to go, how do you know that if you haven't seen it?
I'm just willing to keep an open mind. I'm not here to tell people to believe it or not to believe it. It's up to everybody to choose what they want to believe. But I just think there's new species being discovered all the time. There's species that were only discovered in the early 20th century that didn't exist.
But they're not 9 foot tall. They're not 9 foot tall.
Jane Goodall, Gorillas of the Mist. She's a scientist. She's a biologist. She believes they exist.
What, gorillas? They do exist.
Not gorillas. Bigfoot type creatures. So does David Attenborough.
No, he doesn't.
The Bush Tucker man came out just last week saying that he's never seen one, but he believes that it's very, very likely that they could exist.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what he said.
First of all, first phrase, show me a dead one.
Yeah, I agree. And until that point, I don't 100% believe, but I do believe it, the possibility thereof.
I not at this stage. Not at this stage in our evolution and evolution of technology and drones and Google Earth and pictures and everybody's got a phone and a camera.
Yeah, but people don't go out into the thick bush, do they?
They do.
They don't.
Where were you this weekend?
Yeah, but I wasn't in the bush. No, I was on a bloody caravan park on the breakwater.
Nice.
I wasn't out in the bush.
Yeah.
But most people don't go out in the bush.
Yeah.
And it's these people that are out in the bush at 3 o'clock in the morning driving, as I said before, driving through the Blue Mountains or driving somewhere where this thing just walks in front of the car and they go, that's not fucking supposed to exist. And most people are scared shitless by their encounter. They're not going, I'm going to go and tell everybody. Most people are very reluctant to talk about it.
Well, so they should be, because it's not real. It's just...
It's not up to me to say that it's not real.
With the... Going back to the TV shows.
I mean, they just make them more... I mean, Finding Bigfoot Yeah, or not finding Bigfoot for that matter. It was irritating.
So there was Bobo. Remember Bobo, who was like 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. And he used to go and stand and he'd bang the trees and he'd make the call.
Yeah, he'd be the stand-in, the Bigfoot stand-in. Yeah.
And how tall was he? He was here.
I don't know.
He was here. He was here. No, he was here. No, he was here.
Yeah.
And then they go, no, but I was 500 meters that way. It's just shit.
If you want,
How come? All right. How many seasons has that been going?
I don't know. I think it's finished now. Maybe 10.
10. So
Maybe.
10 years of going around hotspots. Shit.
You did it.
Going around Bigfoot hotspots. This is where they live. This is guaranteed where they live. So we spent 10 years with cameras. Nothing. Not a single thing.
Yeah.
Not a hair.
What I always loved about that show.
Not a hair. Nothing.
No. But what I used to love about that show is they'd go to this spot and they'd be getting these knocks and they'd be getting this and they'd be hearing that and they'd be going, that was a fantastic night. Let's go. And it's like, wouldn't you want to stick around there for another week to see if you could find it? You know what I mean?
I don't even know if they truly believed it exists. I believe Bobo did because he was dropped in his head as a kid.
That's a bit rough.
Oh, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
He doesn't come across that way.
No. And you've got Matt, Moneymaker.
But there are some biologists, I believe it. A good friend of mine, Gary Obert, Australian biologist, who I've done a couple of the conferences with. Yeah. He believes in them. He's heard them. He said, I've heard them. And I'm a biologist.
That's crap. It could be anything. You can't go. That's a Yowie call because there's no such recorded thing.
One of his jobs, he does flora and fauna surveys for the federal government.
Yep. Has he ever recorded a Yowie? Has he ever gone to the government? Yeah, there's Yowies here. You can't knock down that tree.
He did a presentation on what he called dangerous zoology at a government thing. I can't remember what it was, but Gary also does a weekly radio show up near Byron Bay. I don't know what you call that area up there.
Nimbin.
North Coast radio, ABC radio, and people call in, and he's got to identify what the animal is that the people are describing to them. So that when he's heard it, he's gone, I don't know what that is. And he's not a young bloke. I'm sorry, Gary, but he's not a young man. Yeah. Like he's been in the field for a long time, and he heard something, and he also, I think, he may have experienced something in New Guinea as well, something similar.
So does New Guinea have a Bigfoot?
I'm not quite sure, but I think I vaguely remember him telling me something about that. So, then it's not just all whack jobs and people like me out there. You know, there are some serious people that believe in it.
Okay,
and believe that they could exist.
Is
the evidence flimsy? Yes, absolutely.
It's non-existent. Every single person, like everybody just goes along in the car, like you're driving along the Blue Mountains in the middle of the night, the car, and you go, oh my God, that's a Bigfoot. And the other person goes, oh, hold on, let me get my phone out and take a photograph.
Okay, this guy here is an okapi. I don't know if you say that's correct.
It's fucking play school today.
Okay, so that animal there, I can't remember when he was discovered, but he was considered like a crypto animal for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. Even they brought the skin back to England and the skeletal structure back. They still didn't believe it until they brought a live one back.
So they had a dead one.
They had a dead one.
Yeah, where's the dead Bigfoot?
I agree.
You keep disappearing. Like it was your idea to do video, and then you keep fucking off.
Well, I'm just trying to show people some things. So yeah,
this is not show and tell.
Well, it's good to have a visual reference of what I'm talking about. So this thing looks brown, kind of like a giraffe's got stripes, and it's got little horns on its head. It was easy to just do that.
Right. Does every continent have a recorded sighting of one of these things?
Like a Bigfoot creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, most societies and most countries have a version of it, yeah.
I can't think of a European one.
Maybe not a European one. Russia has one, China has one, obviously the Himalayas have one, South America, North America.
South America's got what? Bigfoot?
I don't know what they call it down there.
What's that other one that flies out of the sky and eats cattle?
A chupacabra.
Chupacabra!
Oh, the goat sucker, yeah.
Yeah.
El chupacabra, the goat sucker, yeah. See, I'm way less likely to believe in the chupacabra.
Explain to people what that
Well, I haven't got one to show you, but chupacabra is like a reptilian, alien looking creature. Does it walk on? I think it walks on 4 legs, and it's supposed to.
It's got wings.
It's got wings, and it's supposed to suck the blood of goats and other livestock to kill them. So it's a vampiric creature. See, yeah, I certainly don't believe in that, and I think that's a way whack out wacky.
Well, I don't understand why you think Bigfoot's more or Yowies are more believable than that. It's the same thing.
Creatures like that used to exist.
You've got the same evidence.
What? But you got creatures that are similar, haven't you? You got gorillas. You got Gigantopithecus. Actually, I can't say it properly. Gigantopithecus. Black eye, which was a huge alien.
Wow. You can't even get your thoughts
creature
together.
Which lived, hundreds of thousands of years ago in China. These creatures did exist. The thing I find fascinating about the Bigfoot things and the Yowie type creatures is that they fit very easily into the evolutionary,
Do you think they're the missing link?
I don't know what they are.
But why didn't they
Some people will tell you that they've always been here.
But they're not here now.
That's what you think. Tell someone who's seen it.
I have.
Who?
What was his? Do I want me to say his name?
Jack. Don't say his last name. First name.
Yeah, Jack. I interviewed a young man who claimed to have seen one, and yeah,
he wasn't the best witness, admittedly. Sorry, Jack, but he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
But there are some really, really interesting and credible witnesses.
But they've proved
there was a senator.
They've proved the Yeti's a bear.
That was an interesting show. Yeah. They've proved that the hair samples that they had came from a bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you? Oh my god.
So you got to be specific about
you're
these
casting
things.
Doubt on that. You think the Yeti could exist
what
and not be a bear?
What they had, they said, this is evidence of a Yeti.
This is what it was. The monks. The monks gave the guy.
Yeah, the monks reckon
sample?
they had a scalp as well, which I think turned out to be a goat scalp or something like that, or goat skin, or made of goat skin or something. But what were we just talking about?
So I keep breaking your concentration. We were talking about each continent having their own version.
And
of it.
most do. Yeah,
I grew up in Ireland. We don't have a big
Chuchunya is another one in Russia. Russia has Chuchunya.
Is that the same? Is it the same creature?
Yeah, essentially the same creature, like a Bigfoot type thing. Yeah. I'm not telling you believe in it.
No, I'm telling you not to.
I'm not telling anyone to believe or disbelieve. I just find it interesting, and I have for a really long time.
Okay, so Loch Ness, we can agree that doesn't exist.
I'm actually probably more likely to agree with you on that point.
Loch Ness is bogus.
Well, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of evidence for it, and not only that, it's only there are other sea serpent type creatures around the world, in different places, but in terms of that, probably not. Probably not there. Okay, at least not there.
Right. So Loch Ness is out. Yeah. Black Panther's out
in Australia.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to say yes on that one from the research that I've done. Yeah.
Research.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shut up.
Well, I've read government reports.
We're putting the Yowie in as a maybe.
We're
putting the Yowie in as a maybe.
A maybe. Yeah, a maybe.
Where does as you keep calling it, the thylacine, which is actually the
Tasmanian tiger.
Tassie tiger. Where does that fit?
Thylacinus cynocephalus.
Where does it fit? Does it fit in?
Where's it fit?
Does not exist. Could exist.
Oh no!
Is it like panther or is it like Yowie?
I think the thylacine could exist. Again, there is very flimsy evidence of it existing. The reason I think more with that one,
it'd make a great pet, wouldn't it?
Apparently they weren't great pets. Yeah. They were okay pets. You could tame them to a degree, but they weren't awesome. They weren't overly trainable. I don't think. I could be wrong about that.
It'll be the next Christmas big gift.
The thing with the Tassie tiger or thylacine is that the last one died in what was that? I can't remember now.
1870.
No. I used to know all this stuff on top of my head.
1950.
No, it was before that. 1930, I think, or it might have been. I can't
Late
remember.
30s, early 40s.
But I think, from memory, they were officially declared extinct in 1981, I think.
That's a big gap.
Yeah. Well, there were just no sightings coming in.
So does it go around and shoot all the other ones? We think it's dead. Hold on. Bang, bang, bang. Yep, they're all dead.
So I think the thylacine could definitely exist. Mainland, I would say not. Tasmania, I think that's still definitely possible.
Yeah, but all the reports you get now is Adelaide Hills and outside Brisbane.
Yeah.
Which is bollocks.
Apparently there was a program to bring thylacines to the mainland from Tasmania at one point. I don't know if that actually happened or if that's been documented as happening. I think it may have been actually. But I think the thylacine could, or the Tassie tiger could could exist. When I was in Tassie in January, I spoke to the lady at the Tiger Hotel down there, and I actually said, "Do you think it's down?" And she went, "No, I don't think so.
They're all dead."
That's what she thought, but no, I think that's a possibility, but yeah, probably quite slim, but possible.
So, which side is it on?
What?
Is it on the Loch Ness side, or is it on the Yowie side for you?
It's more on the Yowie side.
So it's more on the Yowie side. We've got two that
Yeah.
yes and two that are no. Yeah.
Well, I don't like to.
I'm going to throw another one at you.
I don't like to. Cause when you've been using absolutes for things, I think that's always a bad thing. I don't think you should never be like that. You should always be. You should be open-minded about things. That's what I think.
Do you?
Yeah, well, if you're not open-minded and you don't leave possibilities for anything, I mean, you wouldn't have, scientists. You wouldn't have lots of things. You wouldn't
have any lube?
I beg your pardon?
Do you have any lube?
No, not for you. Yeah, look, I just think it's good to keep an open mind. I'm not saying that I do believe, not saying I don't believe. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible.
Right, there's one. I've got one.
Okay.
That I think I've seen photographic evidence of this.
What?
Megalodon.
Megalodon. See, I'm very unlikely to believe in Megalodon.
Why?
Just its size. It's too
How
big.
big's the ocean?
Yeah, the ocean's big. So's the bush. So's
but
forests.
the bush is 1/3 the size of the ocean.
Yeah. But
so you believe something could hide better in the bush than in the ocean?
People don't go to the bush.
People don't go to the bottom of the ocean.
Do they live in the bottom of the ocean? I don't think they would. A megalodon, a shark, a predatory animal doesn't live at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, it lives where its food source is.
Exactly, which is not the bottom of the ocean.
Be under the Arctic Circle, eating all the seals, polar bears that are running away from climate change.
Yeah. Look, again, I'm quite happy to believe that exists. Again, I don't know. Evidence is flimsy. It's all these things.
This is why it reeks of bollocks to me. It reeks of sweaty bollocks that have been out in the sun too long. Because nobody's ever. There's never footage. There is footage, but there's never crystal clear.
No, there never is.
And everybody now, well, not everybody. That's probably quite a gross exaggeration. There is quite a few people with dash cams now and all that sort of stuff. And even the guys that go...
Okay, I'll give you... I'm sorry, go on.
No.
Before you finish...
All the guys with the GoPros going through the bush and nobody ever catches anything. Ever.
Yeah. Just today, when we were driving... Sorry, when we were driving home, but let's go back 2 days before that. When we were driving up the coast, I said to Michelle, apparently we have a deer plague in Australia. There's so many deer out in the bush that they are getting to the point of see and shoot.
Is venison deer?
Venison's deer, isn't it?
Thank you, Jimmy
Thank
Carr.
you, Jimmy Carr. Thank you for the material. But they're in plague proportions.
Good.
Deer.
I love them. It's my favourite meat.
Okay. And we were driving up there, and there was a sign on the side of the road, and it had a deer on it. You know, like watch out for the deer. Yeah,
real one. They nailed a real one to the sign.
You're a dickhead. When you see the kangaroo sign, similar thing. Okay. And I said to Michelle, I said, I've never, with all these deer that are around, I've never seen one. I've never ever seen one.
I've seen one.
In the bush?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Just outside Neath.
Okay.
Driving home one night.
Yeah.
Huge big stag.
Okay. So today, we stayed up the coast for 2 nights, and we're driving home today, and we're driving through a suburban area, and this deer, he would have stood that tall, just walking in front of someone's house. He would have been probably an adolescent. He didn't have really big horns, antlers. But he was a big boy.
Yeah.
Sort of, probably half-grown antlers. And I've just gone, the first one I've ever seen. Like, so there's an example of they're in plague proportions in New South Wales and probably the country.
And
I've never seen one before.
1 second. I don't promote
so they're
guns,
very cryptic.
But shoot them and bring them to the restaurant. Send me a message and I'll give you the restaurant's address.
Yeah. And yeah, why not? Why not use them for that? I mean, they're very destructive to the Australian environment. In Queensland, apparently, it is.
I thought pigs were worse.
I don't know if New South Wales is this way yet, but in Queensland, it's see and shoot. If you're a hunter and you're out hunting for foxes, or maybe something bigger, like wild dogs, for example,
or yowies,
whatever it is. Yowies, no, you need a big caliber
Here's
for that.
Here's a question.
Let me finish.
All right.
You have to shoot it In Queensland, you are, if you're a hunter, you're kind of obliged by law to shoot it. Okay. So if you've got a Bambi down here like this, who's that close, and you got mummy deer over there, you're supposed to shoot Bambi first. So
the other one runs at you, you can shoot it in the head as it gets close.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think that's the case in New South Wales yet, but I think it will happen eventually.
There is I think it's Tasmania, where they're trying to cull them as well. They're trying to pass a law to cull the deer.
Well, I can't see why you couldn't shoot them anyway.
Well, there's hunters.
They're not a native animal.
Aren't deer? Even no deer here.
No.
They're not native?
No.
Neither are yowies.
Really? You don't know that? No. We don't have deer. They were brought out. I know that some were set for, I don't know what species, but one was set, lots of them were set free in Queensland, and it was like, for some reason, something to do with Queen Victoria in her honour. Off you go, little guys. Yeah, so
set the deer free.
Yeah, set the deer free in the name of the Queen. But yeah, so some were probably farmed and escaped, and some were probably let out and whatever. But anyway, whatever the case is, yeah, we've got crap loads of deer in this country.
But you've got crap loads of rabbits too, as well.
Exactly. Rabbits, foxes are in massive proportions. Everyone talks about all the foxes that are around. I've probably seen, I could count on one hand the amount of foxes that I've seen late at night.
There's lots of dead ones on the side of the road.
Oh, you see lots of dead ones, yeah.
We had a kangaroo jump down Victoria Street in East Maitland the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah. I'm kind of going, where the fuck
are you going? It was like these deer today. I was seeing this deer and going, remember the other day, Michelle, when I said I'd never seen a deer before? And there he goes. And he crossed the road after he went past.
But they're real animals.
This was in a suburb, like in a suburban area. You understand if they're sort of out in the paddocks and stuff, or the bush, whatever. But yeah.
So there's a question. Why don't the yowies eat the deer?
Well, actually, I don't know about deer, but there is a very interesting case, and I can't remember when it happened exactly, but I've listened to the report a number of times. So thank you, Dean, if you're listening. He's probably not. But it was some guys who were travelling, I think it was near the Pilliga Scrub, and they were driving, and I get the feeling it was a fairly long time ago, and maybe in possibly the 1980s or something. And they was just, and this guy, and if you listen to the report, this guy's not a believer. This guy doesn't believe in this stuff. And he was driving through, I'm pretty sure it was a Pilliga Scrub. He was driving, whatever. He was driving through, it was very early in the morning, and they're driving down the road, and it was dark. He had driving lights on, or spotlights on, and he saw this thing in the middle of the road, which he thought was a big pig, like a big.
Okay, so it's four. It's on four.
Bush pig.
It's on four legs.
Well, initially, that's what he thought he saw.
Right.
So they drove closer to it, and as they got closer to it, it stood up.
Oh my god!
And he dropped the car down to second gear, and they drove past, and he said they just watched it as it went past, like this. And
nobody took a photo.
Well, I don't know when this happened. I get the feeling it was in the 70s or 80s when this actual account happened, so I don't know. So we didn't have cameras in a piece of fruit that we do these days in your beer can over there.
You've got one too.
Yeah. Anyways, and he slowed right down, and this thing stood up, and this guy, they did a U. He turned around and came back, and it just picked up this carcass of a kangaroo carcass. Apparently, it was eating in the middle of the road. It turned out it just threw it up, and just walked into the bush. He actually got out of the car and chased it into the bush. When about 5 minutes in, he's gone, oh shit, what the hell am I doing? And turned around and ran back out. And his mate was in the car going, what the fuck are you doing? You're insane. So, I mean, and this guy went to a servo. I'm paraphrasing the whole thing, but have a listen to on Australian Yowie Research, Yowie Reports if you're interested. And he went to the servo, and he walked in, obviously, looking a bit like a ghost. And the guy at the servo said, oh, well, what's wrong with you? And he said, oh, I saw something weird. And he said, oh, and he showed him all these pictures of these sketches of these yowies that people see. And he was there going, he said, oh, mate, I don't know what it was. And he was really like, and he even says in the interview, I'm the world's biggest skeptic, but I saw this thing do that. It's a very interesting interview. I'll send it to you.
So yowies eat meat?
Omnivorous, I believe.
So did you think there'd be more carcasses then?
Of them?
Of what they've eaten?
You don't see a lot of carcasses of animals in the bush.
We did one investigation in the bush and we came across a carcass.
That was a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's still farmland though, I would say.
But we still came across it.
We did. I found a dead horse. I haven't found much more than that, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't do a whole lot of bushwalking, to be honest. But yeah. So they're omnivore. They're like bears.
Well, apparently they eat. I know where you're going with this. This fucking bear theory you've got. I don't believe this is bullshit. Don't listen to this theory. It's just crap. My theory is much better. I don't have a theory, actually.
They don't exist, is my theory.
What was I just talking about?
Bears.
That's been a long day.
Eating animals. Omnivores.
Oh, omnivores. Yeah. So they apparently.
Am I holding this whole thing together today?
Yeah, I think you are. But no, that they apparently they eat whatever's readily available. So whatever's there, they'll eat it.
Okay. So would they attack a human? Would they see us as food?
This is an interesting thing when it comes to this apparent creature. You've got some reports.
Not real.
I said apparent. That
Not real.
the majority are curious but shy. So they're kind of curious to know what you're sort of up into. But although I asked Dean this story because he reckons he was attacked by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did he
I don't know. I wasn't there.
overpower
He
it?
may have been. Oh no, I've seen you that link too. It's an interesting one. But yeah. Fortunately, I think the majority of them are quite shy, and when they see it, when you listen to a lot of the reports, and I've listened to them over and over and over and over again, and the majority of the reports say when people see them, I saw that when people see them, they piss off. They just run away.
The people do, or the Bigfoot
No,
does?
the Yowies run. They just run away. They're sitting here. Oh shit!
Are we not allowed to call them Bigfoot, so they've got to be called Yowies?
Well, I'd like to prefer to use the Australian term.
Okay. So Bigfoot
Dooligal.
Dooligal.
Yow. Dooligal. Dooligal.
Dooligal.
Dooligal.
Is that...
That's an Aboriginal. Well, that's an interesting thing to bring up too with the Aboriginal
I didn't.
reports.
You did.
I said I'm going to bring it up. The Indigenous law about these guys goes back.
About Yowies?
Yeah.
Or Goolagal?
Dooligal. Well, that's just
Dooligal.
one local. I'm not sure what tribe that comes from. But Dooligal is one name.
Maybe it was the name. Maybe there was one, and that was his name.
Yahoo was another one. There's lots of different names. Jingira, Jinjara. Lots of different names, Indigenous names for this creature. So,
Okay, and you brought that up, why?
Well, I just find that native accounts interesting. I find, why would they make it up? They've got nothing to gain.
Well, nobody's got anything to gain from it. It's just not real.
But you just said before that people bring it up because they want notoriety. A lot of these are.
I said they get notoriety.
But they don't.
They do within your community.
No, they don't. If you
This
listen
Dean
to
bloke you're talking about.
he's all right. A lot of the people don't. A lot of people are very reluctant to talk about it.
Yeah, it's because they realise that they've eaten the wrong mushroom or something. And it's just they've got.
I really
oh,
fucking
man,
hope you
I'm
see
tripping.
something one day you can't prove.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Bring it on.
Okay, we'll go down to a different topic, another
right, here we
field
go.
of my interest.
No,
Which I've
if you-
written several books about.
I know where you're going
Okay,
now.
so you were a complete skeptic about the paranormal.
Yes,
I
I
don't
was.
hate the term paranormal, by the way. I prefer the term the unexplained. But in terms of ghosts and haunting type phenomena, you were an incredible skeptic
Yep.
until you worked at a certain restaurant.
Yep.
Which was built in 1821, I believe.
1837.
1837, sorry, wrong place. 1837. And when you started working there, that changed your mind, correct?
Yes, it did. But I saw stuff.
What
Stuff
about the
happened.
Yeah, but people have seen these things.
They know they haven't. No, they haven't. They think they have.
But you think you have.
Oh, I know I have.
think I have.
I know I have.
There you go. You know you've seen it. I know that I've seen ghosts as well. Like, I've seen these things. I haven't seen the Yowie. I haven't seen the Thylacine. I haven't seen the Black Panther.
Because they're not real.
Well, I don't know. They could be there. But I'm willing to, and when I'm...
I think people are would be more accepting of the fact that you've seen a spiritual thing than a physical thing.
I know we've discussed this before, and that's kind of where you were heading with it. And I'm quite happy, to accept that as well. And the Aboriginals do talk about it like that too. They talk about it as being a spiritual creature, and I'm quite happy to accept that as well.
The big snake, the big serpent was a spiritual creature.
Rainbow serpent.
Yeah, but is it we're not finding that anywhere, are we?
Different kind of. That's a different kind of lore around that. That's more of a creation story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve, Jobby.
Well, creation story. How the landscape came to be the way
Adam and
it
Eve
is.
story.
Well, it's not about the...
What's their belief, culture, and religion, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
It's like their belief, culture, their religion.
Well, I don't know. Well, it is, yeah. But
So it's an Adam and Eve story.
again, that depends on the
Don't
tribe
fight
as
me
well.
on this one.
No, well, it depends on the tribe. Okay, I'll give you another example. Have you been to the Biami Cave?
The where cave?
The Biami Cave.
The where cave?
The Biami Cave.
Does it have an echo?
Is there an echo in here?
No, I don't know where is it.
Okay, that's at Milberdale, just outside of Broke.
Okay.
On Hunter Valley. And
I've heard about the drawings.
Yeah, the drawing. There's a big
yeah.
drawing of this. And he's a creator deity of the Wanneroo tribe, so the local tribe around here, and he's it's a huge painting on the wall. It's probably the size of that wall there. And if you didn't know any better, if you just came across it and you'd heard Yowie stories before, you'd look at it and go, "That's a picture of a Yowie." Because he's got really long arms and he's really big and he's rather well endowed as well.
Oh,
and and
jeez, people have been taking.
But he's a creator deity for the Wanneroo, so he's the one that created. What kind of he created the land, but he created or at least gave instruction on culture and songs.
So that's a god.
Yeah, he's a deity. Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's a whole other podcast we've already done.
Well, maybe that was somehow melded together. Linked together, whatever. Gelled together.
I had for lube earlier. Gelled apparently coming up.
So,
right. Yeah. Now, my favourite show.
You've had this plan all week.
My favourite show, Hunting Mountain.
I've seen hardly any episodes of that show.
Oh, you have to watch it. You have to watch. If you can't find it,
that's
go
where
out
it
and
just
find
goes
it.
shit.
Oh, it's fantastic.
See, I don't watch any of those shows anymore.
It's the West Virginia. They're out in the West Virginia mountains.
Sheep Squatch. That's the episode that I saw. And I went, "Oh, you're fucking kidding me."
Oh, you've got to watch
Sheep Squatch. You're kidding me.
You've got to watch Mothman.
The big pile of Sheep Squatch shit.
Oh, they always find scat. There's always scat. There's scat. But you've got to watch Mothman. So Mothman is this American...
Oh, this is the one where he face plants.
Yeah.
I've seen the clip. Yeah.
So Mothman is this American cryptozoologist piece of shit. I don't know what you call it. But apparently it's a man with moth wings, and if it lands on the bridge, and the bridge then collapsed, and it happened in, I can't remember
Point Pleasant.
I can't remember what year it was, and then all these people died on the train that was on the bridge.
No, not on the train. There was a car. So it was a car bridge.
Was it?
Yeah.
So they went hunting these...
Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Excuse if any Americans are listening to this. Sorry if I'm incorrect about that one. I'm sure that's what it is.
They went hunting this thing.
Who went? Oh, in
the Mountain Monsters.
Yeah.
So I've got a beard that's this long, and I'm about that far too short.
Why do you remind me of that guy?
And I'm not round enough. And they're all walking around in the middle of the night with shotguns. And they get
that's scary.
Yeah, they get up there in like a golf cart. And there's some guy. Oh my God, the other guy, Wild Bill, builds the traps.
Yes,
they build
I've
traps
seen
to
the traps.
Do you know what? They've never caught anything either. They caught a big pig once.
Right.
But Mothman, and then the guy goes, "Oh my God, I saw the eyes," and he got, what's the word? Hypnotized and whack straight over.
Face plants.
And he goes, then you hear shots going, but Mothman can teleport.
I never read that in the book.
Oh my God, it's so crap. Isn't it? There's a Richard Gere made a movie about it or something.
Richard Gere was in a movie about the Mothman prophecies. Yeah, I've read the book too.
There's statues of this thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love the Mothman. The interesting thing though about the Mothman movie is they actually left out a lot of the UFO sightings which are coming, and Men in Black sightings as well. Men in Black visitations.
So not the movie.
No, they didn't. For some reason, they didn't put. Well, if you read the book, the Mothman prophecies book, which I've got somewhere, written by
So was the Mothman a prophet?
John Keel. Well, the author...
Prophet of Doom.
Well, he was. Well, it was.
If you believe it existed.
Well, it was so much more than... That case was so much more than just the Mothman. I love the whole Mothman thing. John Keel was the author. He's dead now. But he wrote the book on Mothman prophecy. He investigated the whole thing when the bridge collapsed and the UFO sightings, the Men in Black sightings and stuff. And he'd have these phone calls from this
Explain Men in Black.
Men in Black. Okay, so not like the movies exactly, not with the. So Men in Black.
You're talking a secret government agency.
Not necessarily. I no. Okay, so I think most people know what Men in Black is, but Men in Black, what happened? Okay. Mr. Chef over here saw a UFO. Mr. Chef goes around and tells people, and then also tells the media. Guy in fedora hats and big long coats and looking pale and strange and can't talk properly, knock on your door and say you didn't see anything.
Okay.
That's what a Man in Black is. That's that's the
Thugs.
the original. They were called, they'd come around and intimidate.
Yeah.
So you didn't say anything. You saw Venus. You didn't see anything at all. You didn't see nothing. So that's what the original Men in Black were about. And the movies took it further.
I like the movies.
Oh, the movie was good. The last one was excellent, actually. I enjoyed it. So that's what that was about. But Ingrid Cold was one of the beings that used to ring John Keel, the author of
Ring.
Just a call. He'd get phone calls, and there'd be this really weird ass voice on the end of the line, and it would tell him things, and these things a couple of days later would happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And you believed it.
I don't know. It's an interesting book. I wasn't there. It's an interesting.
Did he write this book after the things happened?
He kind of. The book reads in a very disjointed way. It was almost like he was just jotting down the information that happened as it happened, and it kind of reads almost like a journal of things.
But it's written, so he goes.
So it's not written like the movie. It's not like a novel like the movie.
So say the bridge collapse, and he goes, "I got a phone call about that a couple of days ago," but he never says anything until after the bridge collapse.
Well, I think.
Do you not see the flaw in this here?
Yeah, no, I agree, but I can't remember exactly what happened. But he got a phone call saying there'll be something will happen on the.
He'd be wrote it after the event.
But there's been people who have had prophesized, plane crashes and things like that, who've rang the airline companies and said, "Don't send that flight out. Something's going to happen," and the plane goes boom after takeoff. I mean, these things.
It's usually Russian missiles.
And all they do is treat them like whack jobs, and they don't take them seriously. The plane flies away anyway.
Yeah, but how many phone calls do they get where it doesn't happen?
Well, that's true too.
So you're playing Russian roulette every time you get in a plane. Next time you're flying somewhere, I'm going to call.
Planes are very safe.
I'm going to call up and go, "Oh, listen, you can't go there. It's going to crash."
Planes are pretty safe. Don't listen to this, Gaz, because planes are safe.
Was Gary afraid of flying?
He's never flown, I don't think. But
really? Not in a plane anyway.
He's not keen.
No. So where are we going next? We've done crypto. What have we done? We've covered the Yowie, Loch Ness, the Black Panther, Mothman, Megalodon. Who's left? Is there anybody left?
Megalania?
Oh, I don't know.
There's heaps left.
Who's Megalodon? Who's Megalodon?
Megalania?
Megalania.
Giant
I thought
monitor lizards.
Oh God. I thought there was a place where you took your kids to play in the ball pits. Oh, it's Megalomania.
Megalomania. No.
Lizard Man.
Well, there's.
The lizard people.
Oh, talking David Icke stuff here.
Yeah, why not? So the Queen apparently is a lizard overlord. And,
yeah.
Hillary Clinton was a lizard overlord.
Whether she's symbolically, that's for sure.
Yes. So,
and so is the Queen for that matter.
So who else? Do you know any other lizard people?
I don't know any lizard people.
Do you believe in the lizard people? Go on, say it. Yeah, I know you want to.
No, I don't know. No. I do find genetics fascinating, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you any Irish in you?
Yes, I do, actually. I don't want any more. No, but I do find it... what I find fascinating is the human... And we probably should do a podcast on the monarchies because we both fucking hate them. Hate's a strong word. Dislike very strongly.
I hate them.
Have no need for them at all, particularly in this country.
It's a beautiful corporation.
But just because you have genes that have been passed down from some other inbred retard,
own genes.
Doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else, smarter than anybody else, or should be giving advice to the Prime Minister.
Oh, we're still on royals.
Yes, we're still on royals. Okay. So whether they're reptilians or not, I don't know. But all of us are a little bit reptilian.
Oh, fuck off.
We have a reptilian part of our brain. It's our stress response area of our brain. The stress response, the fight or flight response, it comes from the reptilian. I call the reptilian part of the brain.
Well, that's bollocks because every
it's
mammal.
Not bollocks.
It's
a scientific fact.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, why? I don't believe it.
And what?
Until David Attenborough turns up.
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from a guy that thinks that oysters are sperm.
No, I didn't.
That's what it is.
I never said that.
You did
I
so.
did not.
You said oysters, they're basically sperm. Fucking hell, you're an idiot.
They're basically snot. I quite enjoy oysters, by the way. Nothing like a big mouthful of oysters.
Jesus. Where were we?
We were talking about creatures that don't exist and why people...
Oh, right,
reptilians. I have a question for you.
What?
Why do people want them to exist?
What I will say, and I'm probably one of them, and you are too. Don't tell me you're not. You are to a point. I think that a lot of humans like mysteries, and
I
like mysteries.
I loved Scooby-Doo as a kid.
I like Scooby-Doo as well. But I think a lot of people like mysteries, and a lot of people like the mysteries to stay mysteries.
Yeah.
As well, because if they did find the thylacine tomorrow,
Yeah.
it'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It'd be like,
You reckon?
Yeah.
No, I disagree. If you found a thylacine or a Tassie tiger tomorrow, there'd be a media scrum that would be huge.
Oh, yeah, it'd be massive.
There'd be DNA taken out of it. There'd be sperm taken out of it or an egg put into
absolutely
it.
It would be.
And there'd be a breeding program and it'd be up and running and we'd have Tassie tigers again.
Yeah. And I think I would love, if out of all, if you want to ask me which ones I wish still exist, it would be them, if they do.
It's just the tigers.
When you read about them and you read, and it wasn't all humans' fault. It was a big part of it, but it wasn't all humans' fault. I get very sad. It makes me very sad, actually. I get very sad about it because this is a creature. Fuck off. This is a creature we could have saved very, very easily, and it was just human greed, human stupidity, dumbass governmental decisions that were made. Bounties put on their heads, all this bullshit for a creature we should have kept.
The Bengal tiger in India is up 1/3 in numbers.
Yeah, so I put that on my Facebook yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, was that? Yeah.
But I was reading again today that there was another party in India somewhere. I think it was in India. I could be wrong. It sounded like an Indian name. Where they were beating. I'm sure it was. But they were beating the crap out of this poor tigress. Tigress. Because it was hanging around the village. So they beat this poor thing to death with big sticks. So even though, yes...
Do you know what? They're unbelievably brave. Would you come up to a tiger with a stick? These humans...
it was
these
more
humans,
than one person. But yeah.
Can you imagine being the one going, yeah, we're all with you. You go first. Fuck that. I'm not approaching a tiger with a stick.
No.
I'm not approaching a tiger at all.
Yeah.
Love tigers.
Yeah, no, tigers are great. But
don't want to find one in my backyard.
No, well, and I guess that's the argument that they would have, is that, these creatures could eat their children, eat their livestock, whatever. Yeah. So it's good the numbers are up. I'm very happy about that. Wish lions numbers I wish all the big cats numbers are up.
I think the lion.
The lion is still considered it's not endangered, it's threatened.
Did you see the thing with the poachers? It was the poachers were chasing elephants. And this pride of lion...
Eaten by those lions.
Pride of lions came across and ate 5 of them.
Yeah, good.
Two of them escaped, ran back to the village and immediately got arrested.
Yeah.
It just shows you how fragile we are compared to those creatures. Because these guys had AK-47s. Didn't even see the lions coming. Whack, whack, whack. Pump, shredded, eaten.
I have to look at that story.
So that's brilliant. I love it when the animals win.
Yeah.
Except in my kitchen.
But if you go back to the Tassie tiger, I mean, they a lot of, it gives me the shits. You read, sorry, Americans, but Americans will say, oh, one of the most ferocious animals that ever existed. Fuck off. They were incredibly shy.
Like the owies.
Yeah. They're really shy creatures, and they would run off, they would hide from people all the time.
How would an American know what a Tassie tiger was like?
Oh, you'll be surprised how well known that animal is around the world, particularly in America. They love it.
Why?
They love it. I don't know.
Are they mixing it up with the Tassie devil?
No.
From the cartoon?
No, I don't think so.
I'd imagine that's what it is. I'd put money on it.
No, I don't think so.
If you said to one, what does it look like? They'd paint it Taz
people
from
that are interested in
Looney Tunes.
zoology and cryptozoology, the fake and the non-fake, it's got type of zoology. They love the Tassie tiger.
But there's no. That brings me to a question. There's no main predator in Australia. There's no big cat. There's no bear. There's no alpha animal.
No, there's not. No.
Well, how did that happen? Is it isolation? Do you think something would have developed that would go, right, we're going to eat kangaroos?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thylacine is pretty much a dog.
Yeah.
Except it's got a pouch, really.
Does thylacine have a pouch? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's a marsupial.
Yeah, it's a marsupial. Yeah, it's pouch face backwards.
So just shit babies.
No, so a kangaroo, the Joey sits down like that, it would sit the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, the pouch face the other direction.
I didn't know they were marsupials.
Yep, they were marsupials.
So they weren't dogs, like you just said.
Huh?
They weren't dogs.
They weren't dogs, because a dog would be a dingo or a wolf.
Dingo's introduced.
Yeah, and dingoes are introduced. So, but
there's no wolf here either. There's never been
that
a
would have
wolf.
been the closest thing to the Australian wolf.
But it's a marsupial.
But it's a marsupial. Yeah, but its diet, it's the way it lived. It's it lived like a canine type predator.
Okay.
So it was very similar in.
Was there ever a feline type predator? Was there ever a tiger? Like, I don't mean as in Tassie tiger, but as in a...
Long time ago, and this is another one actually we haven't talked about, and for life of I can't think this afternoon, but it's the...
2 days relaxing on your shit.
I know! No.
Get switched on, man.
The...
Tiger.
I can't think of it right now.
But there was a top predator, was there?
There was... my crypto friends are going to slap me in the head of it.
Go on, get it wrong. Get it wrong. Please get it wrong.
Thylacoleo.
Thylacoleo.
Yeah, Thylacoleo was a big... there's also the Queensland tiger they talk about now that might exist as well, which some people are saying that comes from the Thylacoleo. But Thylacoleo was a large, very large, the size probably of a tiger.
Yeah.
A big, like the size of a big cat, marsupial. I reckon it used to, and this is
what happened to the mammals in this country?
This was megafauna period. So,
right.
And apparently its technique was drop from trees like a drop bear.
You never got to the drop bears.
Yeah, we didn't get the drop bears, but yeah, it would drop from the trees and it would ambush its prey like that. But in a lot of ways, it was kind of like a big possum. It was like a big possum. It had big teeth, but it was kind of more. It's similar to possum's teeth, but they were...
Sounds pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Google Thylacoleo.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of people think they still exist too, and some people think that the sightings of the... Although I totally disagree with this, they think that the sightings of the Black Panther are actually this creature. But when you look at the descriptions... Yeah. But when you look at the descriptions of this creature compared to, a placental big cat... There's not a lot of similarity.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What does Rex think about them?
Rex? I don't know Rex's take on
the big cats of Australia.
Rex has got some interesting ideas. Let's put it that way. Which I don't agree with all of them, but that's okay. He's a nice guy.
I don't like. This was not the point of my conversation, but it's just come up and like, how the hell did we get here? But there's no top predator, and that's unusual.
There isn't. No, you're right.
There is. Every other country in the world's got a top predator.
Yeah.
In Ireland, we don't anymore. We used to have a wolf, though. The wolf was the top predator. If you go back far enough, there was bears, but
Yeah, it is a very interesting ecological question.
But there will be in a couple of years, a couple of 100,000 years from now.
What?
All those feral cats that are out there in the middle of the desert. That are just eating everything and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what I think people's mistake for the panther the whole time is just massive feral cats.
Well, they get very big. They get very muscular and stronger and stuff like that. So, I personally think that the majority of the Black Panther sightings in Australia are most likely feral cats. Big ones. Not even big ones. Even if you look at just... there was a guy... Well, my cat... I can't remember the exact weight, but anywhere a normal domestic cat is between 3.5 to say 5.5 kilos. My cat weighs 7.5 kilos.
Fat bastard.
So she's big too. Yeah. Like she's a pig. I'll admit it. She's a pig, but she's a big cat as well.
She's a big boned.
Yeah, she's a big boned, but she's a long cat. She's a long cat and she's heavy. And that she's a domestic cat.
Yeah.
Just raised in the house. Hardly been outside in her life.
Yeah. And she survived? She'd survive. Cats bounce back very quickly.
They do survive. I think they're survivors. Apart from ticks. Ticks aren't real good for them. But in America, if you know, in the Australian ticks are a paralysis tick, which injects a venom and kills them very slowly, which is horrible. And most Australian native animals are immune.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're immune. So domestic dogs, cats, horses, cattle.
Fish. Domestic fish are immune.
They get in the water. But
ticks
they're immune.
Why can't ticks get in the water?
Oh, they probably do, but they probably don't attach themselves to fish. I've seen they get on snakes. Ticks. Yeah. But they're immune. They just suck the blood and off they go. So, yeah. But anyway, we're kind of approaching the hour there. So have you achieved what you wanted to achieve in this ambush?
Ambushed like a yowie chasing a kangaroo.
That's happened too.
It has not happened because they're not real. but that's okay. That's a whole
Allegedly
happened. I don't know. I truly don't believe, because all the footage is so shit.
The footage is shit. I agree. The footage is shit. The photographs are shit. There is no physical evidence.
You had a TV show with a massive budget for 10 years running around America and got nothing.
Okay, I'm going to bring one thing up, which happened to us.
Okay.
Out in the mountains.
Yes, but it could. Okay.
Do you think that was coincidence? So let me tell you what happened this day. Well, we've got like a couple of minutes left. So what happened was we're out in the bush, Gavin and I and Jack were out in the bush, and we tried some tree knocking. So Gavin gets his big ass stick and smacks it against the side of a gum tree. And I was talking at the time, so I actually didn't hear it at the time. But you go whack, 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 whack. And we definitely got a whack in response.
Yeah, but that could have been somebody else on the other side of the hill doing the same thing.
But I didn't hear it at the time. It was only... Well, you both went, oh, wow. But then...
Yeah, but if you're doing it and you're just going, listen, and you hear it, you're going to go, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's easily explained. Like, it could be somebody else. It could be like a just bird running into a tree.
Random tree falling from...
Yeah, it could be anything. It just happened to happen at the same time. No, you're not nailing me on that one at all, but good try.
But it was interesting, though.
It was very interesting.
Because we didn't hear it before that.
No, we did not. Yeah. But we've been out since, and nothing's happened.
Yeah, true. Anyway, I think that's about overtime for this week. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. If you did, again, give us a like there. And please subscribe, as I said before, because Gavin will come around and...
Rape your cat.
Well, I don't know where this came from. Your cat.
Where did this come from? And yeah, breed it so it's a panther.
Give us a comment if you like. We're happy to... Yeah, give us a comment there. Get into us. We don't care. We'll come back at you. And hit the little bell subscribe notification thing there to the side. And we'll see you in the future.
So, cryptozoology. It's in your own mind, because that's where it exists, and that's only where it exists. Enjoy the rest of your week. Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.